Guys, early in the morning, like 3 o'clock in the morning, Spirit told me you need to do this video tomorrow because it's some people out there who are getting stabbed in the back. It's some people out there who don't know what's going on behind their back, and you need to go out there and tell them because that's what you do. You blow the whistle. So here I am. So today I'm going to do a pick a card reading, and it's going to be titled "What's Going On Behind Your Back." So pick your crystal, either number 1, 2, or 3. We have angel. What is this? No, this was amethyst aura quartz, rose quartz, and pink amethyst. So please pick your crystal, and I'm going to tell you what is going on behind your back so you can watch your back. Okay? Number 1, let's get it. Alright guys, these cards are really large, so they're not really cooperating with being inside of my little setup here. So please bear with me. Number 1, injustice. Let me move the glare. There we go. Number 1, injustice is going on behind your back. This is problematic, okay? The reason why is because obviously injustice is problematic. Let me show you this beautiful card. This deck is called, this is a really interesting deck, isn't that cool? It's called the Black Lives Matter Tarot. And I like it because it's a deck that, all of my decks are like whimsical, fairy, mermaid, kind of decks. And this one is not. This is a hard-hitting deck that is beautiful. It has a lot of beautiful cards in this deck, but it calls out injustice. Okay, so I was like, interesting that they got the justice card reversed. So behind your back is injustice. Somebody is casing you up. Number 1 is either sometimes this can be court related. For instance, somebody is planning, it's going on behind your back. So somebody could be planning to sue you. Somebody could be planning to take you to court for child support, male or female. Somebody could be planning to do something other legally, to you in that kind of way, such as maybe the IRS. It could be a government, it could be a person, it could be any of those kind of things. You could be at a court case. Let's say you have a case. Let's say you court a case. A friend of mine told me, when he was a young guy, he court a case and found out that the prosecution and the defense were kind of buddies, which often happens. And in this case, he said that they were trying to get him to take a plea deal, and they knew he was innocent. They knew he was innocent and were still trying to railroad him into jail just to get the win. So the injustice behind your back, maybe you're in court, maybe your lawyer is not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Maybe you need to get a second opinion or something along those lines, or maybe to fire your lawyer and get another one. So there's some type of injustice going on behind your back, and this card is telling us like this is not cool at all. It also could be somebody lying on you. Number 1, it could be a very small situation, because a lot of times injustice can just be somebody treating you unfairly. So let's say that maybe your boss is going to his boss and saying that you're not doing your job when you are. I've had that happen to me many times. many times, when like a supervisor doesn't like you, they start railroading you basically, and there's nothing you can do. You can fight it with HR and things like that, but for real, most of the time, you end up leaving, or it ends up being really ugly. So there's some type of injustice going on behind your back, and you need to take a look and see what that is. Now, the good news about it is that the angels are telling us that this injustice is going to help you grow spiritually. Now, this is taken into account that you deal with it in the right manner, the legal way, and you do the right things. For it to grow spiritually too, I recommend, based on this card goes along with prayer. So her hands are in a prayer motion. Number 1, you should be praying if you're a praying person, or asking people to pray for you. You should be putting spirituality on this. You know, if you have an auntie or somebody that does justice work, you know, justice candles, you know, I don't care. Anything that, you know, along those lines, you know, would be positive in this situation, because like I said, somebody is doing something against you. Mayat, you know, in the Egyptian tradition, Mayat is who we go to when somebody is treating us with injustice or unfairly. So in this particular case, you need to see what spirituality, how can spirituality help you? Prayers can help you. Affirmations can help you. Law of attraction can help you. A Yoruba auntie or a Yoruba uncle, or, you know, any kind of priest or priestess can help you, you know. So take a look at that aspect. The angels are saying that, you know, using spirituality in that way, in a positive way, not trying to hurt anybody, is a good thing. And it will help you to grow spiritually. The situation is going to help you grow spiritually anyway. But the closer you get to God, Goddess, Buddha, Creator during this time, the more you're going to grow. And the more positive things will be. And you can see it right here in this card. Look at the head. This is the crown chakra. The crown chakra, when it's open like that, is wide open, is connected to the Creator. So it's again giving us the same message we got from the angels, that if you're open to the Creator, you'll be able to sit there and bypass. Look at the snake. This is the energy. This is the injustice right here. The person or persons that are trying to get you. And look at the guy. He's just chilling. He's like, I ain't worried about this snake. I don't care what this snake trying to do. If that snake make one false move, it's going to be on. That guy is not scared of that snake. His face is really at peace. And it's at peace because he knows that he is protected. He is divinely protected. So what can touch you when you're divinely protected? Nothing. I don't care what I've had people try to do all kind of things to me over the years, but as long as I was divinely protected, I kept pushing, I kept moving. Whatever they tried to do fell for naught because I kept it moving. And that's what it says here. You tap into that spiritual energy, you know, do what you have to do, obviously practically, such as hiring a new lawyer if need be, or getting extra legal advice, or whatever the case is with the injustice. But this is the spiritual part, you know. The more you believe, the more you trust, the more you have faith, that snake can't do nothing to you. Everything that they do. What is that one where they say every weapon formed against you shall not prosper? That's what comes to mind with that particular card. And this one, sock monkey. So what does the sock monkey think you should do? We're going to end it with the sock monkey. The sock monkey says, hey, hear no bad stuff. This is BS. Okay. The sock monkey said, listen, don't focus on the negative. Yeah, something is going on. Yeah, it's not cool. You're going to do what you can do to fix it. Don't focus on the negative. Just handle it practically, you know, but don't focus on the negative and let it drag you down. Handle the situation and keep it moving, the sock monkey said. Because the sock monkey said you're going to be all right. Okay, and I believe the sock monkey because I've been pulling the sock monkey cards and the sock monkey has not led me wrong. So he said you're going to be all right, you know, but just letting you know what's going on behind your back. All right, awesome. Number one, let's get that out the way. I'm glad I was able to blow the whistle for you, number one. Now this is number two. We're getting ready to see. All right, don't want to get them mixed up. What's going on with number two? Number two, look at this. Get it nice and straight. There you go, number two. Oh, number two, we can't do that glare, can we? Okay, there you go, number two. Number two, peep this, right? This is very interesting to me. You got the Wheel of Fortune reversed. The Wheel of Fortune is one of the best cards in the deck. But the Wheel of Fortune is associated with your paper, number two. Somebody trying to stick you for your paper, like Biggie Smalls said. That's what's going on behind your back. There's somebody trying to stick you for your paper, either take your inheritance or steal from your house or steal overtime from you. Some kind of way somebody is trying to steal some of your fortune. It could be a gold digger that's planning to steal your wallet at the end of the night. Okay, or somebody in an alley that's planning on robbing you. You never really know with this particular vibration, but you know somebody is planning to take you for your paper. Okay, so this is money specific. So in this particular case, you got to be careful. Somebody could be trying to steal from you. It could be identity theft online. Make sure you check your passwords and change them to something that's a little bit more difficult to, to guess. It's that kind of thing, looking at your security over your bank accounts, your cash, your money, your belongings, your home. Somebody could try to steal your car, break into your house. It's any kind of connotation, and they're planning this. It's not like somebody just randomly, sees you. They're planning, because I asked you what they're doing behind your back. So somebody's behind your back. You could even know this person, because some of the times, when people are set up to get robbed or something, a lot of times it's somebody they knew. So this could be somebody you know. But the bottom line is that you have people or a person who is planning to stick you for your paper, and you need to be aware and keeping yourself safe. Now, let me move this up so I can put this one up. Everything is going to be all right, though, because this card right here tells us that, yeah, this is going on and it's not pleasant, but you got divine timing on your side. So whenever divine timing is on your side, it means that whatever goes on is going to work out in a timely fashion. It might not be the timely fashion that you want. You might want this situation, like for instance, if somebody stole your money from out of the bank and you have an identity theft situation, you might want it to be over today, right now, this second, and it might take 30 days, for your bank to get everything together and have everything back in your account. For example, okay, or somebody could have loaned money. You could have loaned somebody some money, and they're supposed to pay you back, but they didn't pay you back yet. They're not planning to pay you back, but you keep leaning on them, and eventually they do. So timing is what is coming up here. So it looks like to me this will eventually work itself out. Or you will eventually work it out, I should say. But the thing about it is timing. So be patient with whatever the process is. This is something that you might find to be very hurtful. Remember I said you might know this person? Well, in this card, this person here, they're looking into their heart chakra. Their heart chakra has been wounded by this situation. So you might know this person. That's what I was saying earlier. And you might not know this person. It could be somebody in Calcutta or somebody in Timbuktu or somebody in Canada or something that you've never even met before. But it could be hurtful because it could happen at a bad time. It could make you question your sense of security. If they break into your home, you could feel violated. So this affects you on an emotional level is what this card is saying. So I want you to, to understand that, because they said that it's timing. So I wouldn't let it, I'm not going to say I wouldn't let it bother me. Yes, I would let it bother me. I would be upset, but I would work my way through it as you should from an emotional standpoint. You know what I'm saying? You should release the hurt, address the hurt. You might end up healing, forgiving, and releasing the hurt. Maybe do some emotional healing meditations, that kind of thing, So I'm not saying it's not going to hurt or that it shouldn't hurt, because especially if you knew them, like if it's your sister trying to take your inheritance, for example, that's going to be a really hurt piece. But eventually, the good thing would be to forgive and release, even if you never deal with your sister again, but to forgive and release, to let go of the bitterness, So this looks like to me you're going to get hurt, and the process is going to be healing that hurt. Let in the light is what this is giving us. So that'll be in the future, though, because you'll probably be upset at first. So yeah, but that will be in the future. And the sock monkey is co-signing. The sock monkey is like, look, cheer up, baby. Because yes, this is going to hurt. Yes, this is going to suck, but it's going to be okay. So the sock monkey is here to cheer you on, to tell you to cheer up, and to let you know, yes, this is going to be a bit of a process. It might hurt your feelings a bit or a lot. You know, it depends on the situation, how much it actually hurts. But the sock monkey is like, look, you know, you got to cheer up. You got to keep on going. This is ugly. You know, yes, it is, but it's going to be okay. You know, I love the sock monkey. The sock monkey is our cheerleader. All right. Now let's go to 3. Number 3, what is going on behind your back? Okay, number 3, look at this. Let me move this over. Make sure there's no glare. Oh, let me show you this picture. This is such a beautiful picture. Look at that. I told you this Black Lives Matter deck is so gorgeous. That's what I like about it the most, is the beauty. Now, I'm going to leave it like this. It came up in the reverse though. So let me explain. Did I show you the other picture? Yeah, that was the Wheel of Fortune, but it was upside down. That's the upright of it. It's a beautiful deck. It's a deck that hard to get, number one. I had to email the guy who actually created it. So it wasn't easy to get it, but once I got it, I was like, this is beautiful. All right, guys, I'm going to do this so you guys won't have too much glare. So the Knight of Swords came up reversed, okay? What does that mean for you, number 3? That means what's going on behind your back is a person who is biting your back out, number 3. This person is gossiping about you, talking smack about you, maybe even lying about you. When the Knight of Swords is reversed, the Knight of Swords don't have a lot of integrity when he's reversed. And this doesn't have to be a man. The court cards can be male or female. It really goes by their energy. So it's a masculine. The Knight of Swords is a masculine energy. As you can see, it's a woman in the picture, but she has more of what we would call a balance between her feminine and aggressive, her feminine and her masculine energy. So I love this picture though. She's beautiful. Anyway, so yours came up reversed. So you have this person who's running around biting your back out. So it's not as bad as the other two, because, you know, the other two situations are a little bit more severe. This is a little better, but it's still not pleasant, you know, because they're lying on you or they talking smack about you. You may not even be aware because they said it's happening behind your back. So this could be somebody that you trust. You might not even know this person is a snake. So you have to be really careful right now, number 3, because you have a snake in your midst, you know. And that's why I was saying before, like, you know, this person is, it could be a family member. It could be a frenemy, I would call them. It could be, you know, a neighbor. You know, this is somebody who's around you and they lying about you and biting out your back. Okay, so that's what's happening with you. That's what's going on behind your back. Again, not pleasant. But you know something? This card right here tells you that this situation may render you vulnerable. We talked about in the other card, the person getting hurt or feeling hurt. Whenever somebody betrays you, there is a hurt to it. And I feel like your hurt is a little bit deeper based on these cards. Not to measure people's hurts, but I feel like this person more than likely is closer to you, you know, emotionally, you know. So when they talk about vulnerability, this person is somebody you're vulnerable with. This is more damaging. It's one thing to be betrayed by a stranger. It's another thing to be betrayed by somebody that you know but don't like that much. It's another thing to be betrayed by your mother, okay? Or be betrayed by your father or your child, or be betrayed by your lover, for example. Those are more serious betrayals because we're totally vulnerable to these people. You can't do shit to me if I'm not vulnerable to you. I don't care what you do. But in this case, number 3, you are vulnerable to this person and it probably will hurt you extremely deeply. And the angels are telling you, yeah, that's true. But the freedom aspect is the second half of the card. Because what they're saying is that may be the case, but the truth will set you free. At least you won't be still thinking that this person is down for you while they're out in the street betraying you. Okay, so the angels are like, yeah, it's not going to be pleasant, but it's going to free you. It's going to free you from this person who is pretending. Or you might even intuitively think like, is this person okay? You might even intuitively think that, but just haven't allowed yourself to accept it. But The good news is, the good news is right here. These are the soul cards. The soul cards are they have the coolest images. So the thing about this situation is, as unpleasant as it may be, it's going to help you grow. Look at this. You're going to gain knowledge. You're going to gain experience from this situation. And honestly, in any bad situation, if you look at the shadow, that's what it's meant to teach us. So it's talking about growth, knowledge. Look at the brain. Knowledge going on up there, bursting open. So also we talk about the growth. You see the egg right here. So this situation, when it's all said, done, and over with, it's going to be all right. You're going to grow in a lot of different ways, and you're going to be at peace. You're going to be fine. Like the angel said, it's going to be vulnerability, but then it's going to lead to a freedom. Okay? So I like this card a lot. I've gotten this card a lot. And look at the peaceful look on this person's face. So even though you've been betrayed, number 3, even though this person will have, bitten out your back, talk smack about you, lied on you, you're going to be okay. I've had people lie on me 1,000,000 times, and not once, not one time did I really give a good, okay? This person, this Knight of Swords reversed, is just a diva. That's all this is about. The Knight of Swords reversed, the diva energy is interesting to me because often diva energy comes from Leo. So I wonder if your Knight of Swords has any Leo placements. But it's also a Knight of Swords, and Swords indicates the air element. So that would be Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. And then our diva comes from Leo, what's the other fire? Sagittarius or Aries. So that energy could be heavy in this person's chart, either the air or the fire. Because the sock monkey is saying this person just a diva. This person is a diva. They may be jealous of you too, because sometimes the Knight of Swords is jealous. So this person might be jealous of you, but they're just being a diva. And seriously, the sock monkey is like, don't take any of this seriously. This person is just being a diva. They're jealous of you 9 times out of 10. Keep being your authentic, happy self, and leave them to whatever this is. Once you've identified who this person is, I would leave them alone, because to be honest with you, whenever you're dealing with somebody who's jealous, jealousy is a very dangerous emotion. Somebody who's jealous of you can have you robbed. They can try to harm you. They can try to sleep with your significant other. They can harm somebody in your family. Jealous people will do things to you right under your nose. And like I said before, this is going on behind your back. So you don't know what this person, other than being jealous, backbiting, that kind of stuff, but you don't know to what extent. For each one of you is going to be different. They might just be, going behind your back, telling your friends things about you, or they could set you up, I just saw something the other day where 2 friends turned on the third friend and killed her. It was on YouTube. It's a channel called Mr. Ballin. And Mr. Ballin tells these true crime stories. And it was one story about how these 3 young ladies were friends, and 2 of them turned on the third one and killed her. They set her up, and like lowered her to some wooded area and beat her to death. And they were like teenagers. So a jealous person, it's like, okay, they could get, it could get serious, is my point. Out of all of the 3 of these, this is the one that had the least serious vibration, but it could get serious depending upon how you handle it. And I think that's why the sock monkey said, just don't take it seriously. If it's an injustice that can be right, if you can make it right, then fine. If you can clear your name or whatever the case is, or just let it go. People that really know you are going to know that the Knight of Swords is lying, and that's not your character. You don't have to fight, to prove that the Knight of Swords is lying or those kind of things. Anybody who knows you already knows that, and anybody else will see it through your actions. You can't convince folks of stuff like that. Seriously, I've been through that. I couldn't convince people that somebody was lying on me. I had to just let them see that someone was lying on me. And eventually, those types of people always show their true colors. Okay, number 3. So, that is what is going on behind your backs. So I hope that you stay safe out there. And regardless of what is going on, please handle it in a productive and safe manner. 2 wrongs do not make a right. And just because you figure out who's biting your back out doesn't mean that you should harm them. Okay? Maybe just have a conversation. In the first 2 situations, that may not be possible. But in the last one, you might be able to talk to them. Might not be able to be friends, but you might be able to bury the hatchet. Okay? All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. You come back soon because I got a lot more to say. See you later.